Hey everyone, LEGO just revealed the newest LEGO Star Wars sets coming this summer. I believe June 1st is the release date for these sets, and let's take a look because it's quite a mixed bag. There are some really good sets here, but also some real stinkers. Let's take a look. The first one is the 75400 Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter Microfighter. And wow, I've never been a big fan of microfighters until the past couple years. They've been seemingly knocking it out of the park with this line of sets recently. Captain Rex's Y-Wing and now this, I think they definitely got it back on track. For a long time I felt like the microfighter line was misused, but now they're using it expertly to give us awesome minifigures with some actual quality builds. Of course in this micro scale it's not going to get too in depth with the build, but this one does look pretty nice and I think would be really fun just swooshing around. The Jedi Starfighter just has a really fun shape, and I think they captured it pretty well in this very small scale. They even added some color to the engine, which just looks great. Enough about the build though, because that's really not what you're here for. You're here for the minifigure, and that is Plo Koon. And that's right, that astromech does not come with a body, that is just the head, so it's only one minifigure, Plo Koon. Why they did that? That's a really hard thing to see, especially with the price increase to $15. I don't know why they couldn't have just included the body. They make plenty of astromechs and it just would have been a color slop. I mean, 3 extra pieces, come on LEGO, it should have been included. Even if you had to take the body off to put him on the build, it should have been included. Another quick little detail about this build is it even has a place for him to put his lightsaber when you put him in to fly, which was a great touch. Not all microfighters have that level of detail, so that was a really great touch. Enough about that though, because I want to focus on Plo Koon. That head mold looks like a custom. It is absolutely phenomenal. Definitely an upgrade from the old one. Not that I had a problem with the old one, but I didn't even know it could look this good. The rest of the body is a little plain, but it fits him and is accurate, so there's no complaints there. But yeah, this is just a really cool set, and the microfighter line has just been hitting home runs recently. Alright, after that we have to look at a set that I have a big issue with, and that is the 75412 Death Trooper and Night Trooper Battle Pack. Initially, I thought this was going to be one of my favorite battle packs ever, and now I realize it's a total dud. First off, it has that price increase to $23, which is no good, but it makes it even worse because, well, just look at this build. What in the world is that? That doesn't look like anything from Star Wars ever, and it's not like battle packs have to have super accurate, big, elaborate builds, but this is just atrocious. Not even the 4+ sets are this plain, and I just can't support this. This build is terrible, and I'm not going to shy away from it. It's way too simple and plain. It feels like it was made for a toddler. Not that it really matters, because again, it's in a battle pack, but is that the point? Because it would have been so easy for them just to change a few things and make this build that much better. Because the inherent idea of it isn't bad at all. I think they had a decent idea here, but it just was executed so poorly. The only thing I find myself liking about this build is that windscreen piece. That is a really good looking piece. I'm not sure where it came from, but I would love to see more of that piece. As Battle Pack though, most of the focus should be on the minifigures. So you think that would at least save the set, but it really doesn't. I think they totally floundered it. All the minifigures look good, but of course they still have the oversized helmets. And then I think the minifigure distribution was totally wrong. 2 Death Troopers, 1 Night Trooper with a grayed helmet, and then 1 normal Night Trooper. That's not at all how it should have been laid out. The gray helmet does look a little bit funny, but it is accurate, believe it or not. They got that right. There were a couple troopers in there that had the gray helmet, so that in and of itself isn't a complaint. But if they're going to add this many specialized figures, it should have been 1 Death Trooper, that grayed out helmet, and then 2 normal Night Troopers. As the normal Night Troopers are clearly the ones that are more common and the ones you're going to want to build a bigger army of. But instead there's only 1 in this set. It just makes no sense to me, and that decision, just like the build, was just crazy. After that we have another dud, the 75411 Darth Maul mech. I mean, come on now, what is this? I mean, it's just way too plain. If you took off that marking from the front chest plate, this could be a mech for literally any character ever in anything. This is nothing related to Maul at all. That little probe droid is the only other thing I guess you could point to as also pertaining to Maul, which I will admit I do like that touch, but it doesn't fix this set and my problems with the mech line. I've come around on the idea since the X-Wing mech, because that one actually showed off what the theme could be. Not that I'm a huge fan of them now, but that one is actually alright. It has a different idea, and it actually looks kind of cool, because it's based off a vehicle, not just the person themselves, like this one is here. If this one was based off of Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator, it could have been a lot more stylized and detailed, and just be way more interesting than it currently is. And again, with these price increases, this mech being $18 is just a death sentence. I mean, I don't want this for $18. I don't think many other people would either. It's just such a shame too, because I actually was looking forward to this mech, which is surprising for me to say because I've been against this theme since day one. But the Luke Skywalker X-Wing mech gave me some hope for the line, and this one just squashed it. Looks like we're back to square one, and mechs are still terrible. After that, we have the 2025 Advent Calendar. I'm not sure why LEGO's revealing this set this early, as it's not coming out in June. Unlike all the others, it's coming out later, more like October. I don't know, kind of interesting that they're revealing it this early. I think they're just trying to avoid leakers. I think that's why all these sets are being revealed so early. They've been really trying to crack down on that in general, and I think that this is a product of that. Anyway though, into the Advent Calendar, this might be the worst one ever. It has a couple bright spots in it, but it's just a droid-themed calendar, and who's gonna want that? I mean, they didn't even include that great of droids as a thing. Like a super battle droid, Ahsoka's mech, C-3PO, a probe droid, and there's really just a normal battle droid with a discolored arm. Like, come on. They really phoned this one in. A lot of the builds are also just kind of structures. I don't know how to explain it. A lot of them just don't really have anything to them. They're not a build of anything in Star Wars. That's how I guess I'd say it. Like, there's just a tool rack over here, a counter with a cup on it, a bin full of droid parts, another kind of tool rack. I don't know. It's just a weird one. Some of the bright spots of this set, I guess, are the Buzz droid. That's really neat to see again. Hopefully we'll see it again in a set soon. There's this micro minifigure of Babu Frick, which is awesome. And a Jawa with a Christmas sweater. A BD-1 droid. And finally, Cassian's droid from Andor. That build's probably my favorite. So, I mean, there are some good aspects in here, but I think the commitment to droids was a little overdone. And this is definitely a step backwards for the theme. Alright, finally, we have the very last set, which is what I'm most excited for. It's another buildable figure. It's the 75428 Battle Droid with Stap Speeder. It'll be $130, but I think it's well worth it. This thing looks perfect. They've just been absolutely nailing the buildable figures, and this is just another prime example of it. I mean, let's start with the Stap Speeder. That thing is gorgeous. Totally sleek and smooth. Hard to tell it's even Lego. The curves on the top, and then all the way down, you see those big engines. They combine perfectly with the middle of the speeder. And then there's even the foot pedals that you can lock in the droid too. Speaking of, the droid looks amazing as well. I mean, every joint and angle, the body, it all has perfect proportions. It looks amazing, and I love the amount of studs on the droid. Sometimes LEGO makes their builds a little too smooth for my liking, but this isn't the case. I feel like the studs were integrated perfectly. I have seen some people complain about the head of the droid, but I don't see it at all. At this scale, what more could you want from them? Unless they made a totally new piece, there was no way around it. And even though I say around it, I don't really mean around anything because I think it looks great. And then finally, this build does come with a normal size Stap Speeder and minifigure droid, which is just nice to see the comparison in size and scale. And truthfully, in a wave that's kind of mixed, this set's a real bright spot for this wave. And I can't believe the buildable figures just seem to be getting better and better every year. This has easily become one of my favorites in all of LEGO Star Wars ever. Unfortunately, that was the last set to talk about today, and so now I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of this wave and if you're going to pick any up day one. Let me know all that in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.